This video is sponsored by Granite Studio, RKTF University.
Good morning, I'm Dushi Agarwal and you're watching News Flash. Today is the 23rd of April and we have a lineup of crucial stories touching every corner of the globe, from the latest developments in politics to groundbreaking advancements in technology. Eastern Taiwan's Shaofeng Township in Hualien County experienced 5 earthquakes within 9 minutes on Monday, as reported by Central News Agency Focus Taiwan. Now, this comes after a strong 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck Taiwan's eastern coast 2 weeks ago, resulting in 4 deaths and over 700 injuries. The Indonesian Constitutional Court on Monday rejected appeals from attorneys representing the 2 losing presidential ticket pairings in the country's February elections. They contended that electoral malpractice had tainted the results. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has accused hostage negotiators of lying to the public and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant of leaking information to the media, according to a report. Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif discussed the Kashmir issue with the visiting Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi on Monday, expressing gratitude for Iran's support. However, in an apparent snub, President Raisi refrained from mentioning Kashmir during his media statement following the meeting with Shehbaz Sharif. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak announced on Monday that the first flight carrying illegal migrants would depart from Rwanda within the next 10 to 12 weeks, regardless of the circumstances. He emphasized that all necessary arrangements have been made to begin the process once the awaited legislation clears Parliament. In its latest funding round, space tech startup Dhruva Space has raised $9.4 million in a combination of equity and debt financing. Investors include IAN Alpha Fund, the Technology Development Board, and existing backers. German authorities have detained 2 men and a woman over suspicions of collaborating with China's Ministry of State Security to acquire sensitive ship engine technology and procure a specialized laser without paper or proper export authorization. TikTok is gearing up for a legal battle if the US House bill, which could lead to a ban or divestiture of the Chinese-owned app, is passed into law. Now, Michael Beckerman, TikTok's head of public policy for the Americas, described the proposed legislation as an unprecedented deal between the Republican Speaker and President Biden in a memo to TikTok's US staff. Israeli police reported a car ramming incident in Jerusalem on Monday morning, injuring 2 people. 2 suspects were apprehended after an extensive search. The incident occurred on Techlet Mordecai Street, coinciding with the beginning of Passover vacations for Israeli Jews. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's recent religious offerings at a controversial shrine in Tokyo have sparked outrage from South Korea and China, bringing attention to Japanese war crimes from the World War II era. At the official opening of a naval meeting attended by top officials from the US and Russia, a senior Chinese defense official stated on Monday that Beijing seeks to resolve maritime issues through friendly consultation. The government of Mongolia, along with a coalition of allies, which has reached a landmark nature finance agreement aimed at protecting 35.6 million acres of the nation's lands and rivers. Seoul's military announced on Monday that North Korea has launched an unidentified ballistic missile into the sea off the east coast of South Korea. This test seems to be the latest in Pyongyang's series of tests this year. Russian state media has condemned NATO's clear weapons policy as destabilizing and dangerous following Poland's offer to host the group's nuclear weapons. It's time for a break now. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
खानदानी लुटेरों की कोशिश होगी बेकार, फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार।
शिक्षा देश का गौरव है और RKTF यूनिवर्सिटी शिक्षा का उद्यम है। RKTF में सवारे अपना भविष्य। PhD, MPhil करे अपने पसंदीदा विषय में। सर्टिफिकेट डिप्लोमा के 74 कोर्सेज। RKTF यूनिवर्सिटी।
The ministry offices in Luton's Delhi, Hotel Janpath, as well as airport terminals. Granite Studio India, with its prestigious brands, rich experience, and the trust of our clients can be your reliable partner. We are here for you, for innovating, processing, supplying, and executing in stone. Contact us today for our special sample kit.
Reliance Industries Limited reported a net profit of rupees 21,243 crore for the fiscal fourth quarter, representing a 0.1% increase, driven by a rebound in its main oil to chemical sector. This figure exceeded report or export projections. On Monday, a Delhi court dismissed Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's request for daily private consultation with his doctor via video conference. The jailed Chief Minister's plea also requested the administration of insulin amidst growing concerns over his health. Prime Minister Narendra Modi took a jab at Congress leader Rahul Gandhi and Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav, remarking that the people of Aligarh had locked out dynastic politics, corruption and appeasement practiced by the two Shehzadas in a way that they now cannot find a key to unlock it. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee declared on Monday that the state government will contest the High Court's ruling nullifying the state-level selection test 2016 selection process in state-sponsored and aided schools. This decision led to the cancellation of around 24,000 jobs. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge seeks a meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi to present the party's manifesto for the 2024 Lok Sabha polls, aiming to clarify any misconceptions. After Manipur, the Election Commission of India has ordered repolling in 8 polling stations in Arunachal Pradesh. Voting for Lok Sabha post 2024 and Arunachal Assembly were held on April 19. In Mali, suspected jihadists have reportedly abducted over 110 civilians, underscoring the persistent threat of Islamist violence in the Sahel region of West Africa, which has endured for more than a decade. In anticipation of international dignitaries, including Iranian President Dr. Ibrahim Raisi visiting the Lahore region on April 23, the Punjab government on Monday declared a municipal holiday. Elon Musk's much-awaited visit to India has been postponed, but Tesla remains committed to navigating the Indian electric vehicle market. Despite the delay, Tesla plans to move forward with its application for the new electric vehicle manufacturing policy. In a significant move against the Jammu and Kashmir terror conspiracy case, the NIA conducted raids on Monday at 9 locations, including Srinagar, in the Union Territory. Now, the operation is part of the investigation into newly formed offshoots of banned Pakistan-backed terror groups suspected of attempting to destabilize Kashmir. Spices Board of India on Monday said it is looking into the ban imposed by Hong Kong and Singapore on the sale of 4 spices mix products of Indian brands MDH and Everest, which allegedly contain pesticide ethylene oxide beyond permissible limits. BJP expelled K.S. Ishwarappa from the party for 6 years. This decision comes after Ishwarappa rebelled against the party by contesting as an independent from the Shivmoga Lok Sabha seat. Now, Ishwarappa, a former Deputy Chief Minister, chose to run as an independent after the BJP denied him a ticket. Kolkata police announced on Monday that they thwarted a significant terror plot and apprehended an individual linked to the 2008 Mumbai attacks. This person was allegedly planning a major incident similar to the 26/11 attacks. The Bharatiya Janata Party's candidate from Gujarat, Surat, Mukesh Dalal, won the Lok Sabha elections unopposed after the nomination paper of Congress's pick was rejected and other candidates withdrew from the race. Reliance Retail Ventures Limited, the retail arm of Reliance Industries Limited, announced on April 22 that its net profit rose 11.7% to rupees 2,698 crore in the quarter ended March 31, 2024 compared to rupees 2,415 crore a year ago. In response to a slower economy, Samsung has adjusted its strategy, including implementing longer and more demanding work hours for its employees. Now, the company now requires its executives to work 6 days a week, with scheduling based on manager demands, potentially including weekends. That's all for the headlines of the day. For more updates, download the app and keep watching with us.